شلام لخ مريم مليف طيبوثة نارا عماخ مريخات المشي وموريخ بيت خرسريشو ناط مريم يلدت آلها صلح لابين حطاهي هاشا وشاق الموثن آمين.
From the political point of view, we are in a transition period between one government and another. And we are still at the beginning of the transition, so we are still waiting to see what will happen. The new government, from the religious point of view, is not different from the previous one. In the government, we have Catholics as well as Muslims and other Christians. The president is a Muslim. Before now, our president were Christians, 2 Christian presidents. The ministers are not yet appointed, so we are waiting to see what will happen. From a religious point of view, Nigeria is big, a very large country. Certain parts of Nigeria are heavily Muslim, predominantly Muslim in the north, northeast, northwest. Certain parts of Nigeria are heavily Christian, south, southeast. The place where Father Kenneth come from, they don't have any Muslims there, they are all Christians. In southwest, where I come from, we are mixed, Christians and Muslims. From point of view of Nigeria generally, we are 50-50. 50% Christians, 50% Muslim. In absolute statistics, Nigeria has about 170 million people. So you have almost 80 million Christians, 80 million Muslims living together in the same country. Although you have predominant Muslims in one place and Christians in another, we know one another very well. I'm the Archbishop of Abuja. Abuja is in the center, and it is also the federal capital, and we are about 50-50 in Abuja. Christians can freely live their faith, and we freely practice, we freely go on procession. The Constitution of Nigeria gives freedom of religion. You can practice whatever religion you like. You can change your religion if you like. And very often, they don't even ask for religion in forms. In field form, you don't say, what's your religion? Very rarely. That is officially. But in terms of social pressures, if you live in an area where everybody is a Muslim, it's not so easy to express your faith. And if you live in an area where everybody is Christian, it is not easy to start shouting about your Islamic faith. So you have this whole question of, well, what the people around you think. A family that is very heavily Muslim will not be happy if any of their children want to be a Christian. They will be very angry. But also, if my nephew wants to be a Muslim, I will say, no, please don't. But is that persecution? I would not say so, no. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so at all. When there is injustice done, sometimes it can appear as if it is being done because of your religion, but it can be done for other religions, for other reasons too. We take the issue of persecution seriously, but more like that a Christian should be ready for difficulties. Jesus says, if you want to be my disciple, you carry your cross and follow me. So when a Christian has difficulties, he should be prepared for it and pray for strength. We also go out of our way to fight for the rights of Christians. So if a Christian is persecuted or is victimized and they come to me, I will do my best to help him. But I let him know that this is the world is not perfect. People suffer a lot. From this point of view, we are not like Pakistan, for example, where you can say freely they are a Christian. We are not like, maybe we are not even like Egypt. We are not like Iraq or Syria. So Nigeria is more or less like a typical African country where you have Christians and Muslims. All of us are converts from our African traditional religion. My father converted from traditional religion to Christianity, and I was born and bred as a Catholic. But I have an uncle who was a Muslim, and my cousins are Muslims. They kidnapped 200 school girls, and we have not seen them from there. They also throw bombs everywhere, bombing churches like the story you have here. Now they are bombing mosques. They are simply terrorists, and the government is trying to counter them. It's not easy to deal with terrorists. They have no uniform. They are not organized like an army. They live among the people. You not know who is carrying a gun. They wear big gowns and they carry a gun underneath. They even use young girls who dress with a hijab and carry bomb under their hijabs. So that is the problem we have, and we are having now. The bombs in the mosques recently are all carried by women, young ladies. We think there is a lot of brainwashing. If they are not brainwashed, I can't see how a young girl should go and just kill herself. And what we don't understand is the people who prepare them, give them the bombs, send them to go and get killed, and they themselves won't go and get killed. So we are talking of it's the devil, diabolic. There was a time when the churches were in danger. On Sundays, we don't know whether they will come with a bomb, but we have made provisions. We have rules. No car can come near the church. All that, we have barriers, physical barriers. We also have soldiers who are guarding the area. Well, what it means is that when you are going to church, you know that it can be dangerous, but you go all the same. But you can say the same thing if you go to the market, because there are bombs in the market. You don't live your life all the time afraid. You live your life believing that God will protect you. We tell our Christians not to be afraid, that their lives are in God's hands. But above all, we try to tell our Christians not to hate their neighbor. Don't hate Muslims because of this. We must continue to show love, even forgiveness, for those who kill. One important thing to note is that the Boko Haram is a very small group. They claim to be acting on behalf of Islam, but the vast majority of Nigerian Muslims don't agree with them. And like I said, they are also killing the Muslims themselves. So we have many friends and relations, family members, and we belong to different faiths. Some Nigerians are not like me, because I live in a place where we are mixed. Some Nigerians have been raised up as Christians in a Christian environment. They don't know much about Muslims. Some Nigerians have been raised up as Muslims. They don't know too much about Christians. But generally, every Nigerian must know both Christianity and Islam, because we are many. No, I mean, because why should I be afraid? I'm 71 years old, So I'm ready to die now. 70 is the sum of our years. Let me give you an example. I have a car that I drive around and I write on it, Cardinal Archbishop of Abuja. It was a foreign diplomat, the Italian ambassador, who tells me, Cardinal, you've written your name on your car. You are advertising yourself for the Boko Haram. So I said, if Boko Haram wants to kill me, they are welcome. But I am not advertising myself to be killed. I am advertising myself to be recognized by people. And indeed, when I travel around and I meet a checkpoint with policemen, they see Cardinal Archbishop, they say, oh, Your Eminence, bless us. And I bless them and move on. Because if there are people who don't like the Cardinal Archbishop, there are many, many, many more people who like me and who respect me. People come to my house and they just walk in. No police check, no dogs, no nothing. They say, Cardinal, your security is very loose. So, and I reply, I said, no, my security is very strong. It is in the hands of the Almighty God. I trust in God, so that if Boko Haram wants to come and kill me, no problem, they can easily walk in. But they have not come. They have not come. Very rarely do we have a case where somebody holds you and say, are you a Christian? If you're a Christian, I will kill you. We don't often have that. But with Boko Haram, we had that. They will come and say, all Christians should go away. We don't want you here. They also kill people because they are Christians. But we are now realizing that they've killed many imams who preached against them in the mosque. They go to their houses and I shoot them, or they kill very, very atrociously. They kill like you kill an animal. Now, what we do have in Nigeria often is, how much are you ready to offer sacrifice because of your faith? Sometimes some people may feel that they will get a better job if they changed their religion. But it's not often, but sometimes some people think so. Or some other people think, I am not getting my promotion because I am a Christian. We don't know whether it is because you are a Christian or because there are too many people who qualify for the job and they promote those who have more friends. It is not always easy to see, but I always tell my Catholics and my Christians, if you go to wherever you are, be a good Christian. If because of that, you are not going to get your promotion on time, put it as the price you must pay for being a good Christian. For as long as there are Nigerian Christians, it will not disappear. And from what I'm seeing, Nigerian Christians are very strong in their faith. They are not ready to give up at all. They will never give up their faith. And they are indeed ready to die for their faith. But we don't kill for our faith. we die for our faith. This has been the Christian faith. In Christianity, we die for our faith. But some people kill for their faith. There are places where Christianity has practically disappeared. We had Christianity in Northern Africa for quite some time. Then it disappeared almost completely. But as it disappeared in North Africa, it grew in Africa. We'll never forget the story of Spain, that Spain was under Muslim rule. Then the Spaniards rose up and conquered the Muslim rulers and threw them back across the Mediterranean Sea, which means everything is possible in history. It's already in Europe and America. You are having terrorists here too. Yeah, you are having terrorists here too. And what the Boko Haram is exactly like the ISIS in Syria, like the Taliban's of Afghanistan and Pakistan, and the Al-Qaeda's all over. These are terrorist groups that are moving over the whole world. With regard to Europe and terrorism, yeah, we have just finished a meeting now. We are meeting now in Escoria, talking about migrants and migrations. And some of the people speaking says with almost 1 million Muslims coming from Syria and being welcomed in Germany and Austria, we do not know both the religious and the security implications. We don't know. My only fear is that the Christians in Germany and in Austria, whether they will be alert or they will just keep quiet and wait and let the Muslims who come take over their country. If the Christians don't give up, there will be no problem. Well, Christians all over the world must realize that our faith must be serious. We must believe in Jesus with all our hearts and with all our minds. Love God, love our neighbor, hold firm to our faith, have no hatred of anybody, spread our faith quite courageously, but we don't kill anyone for it. And I think if we hold on to our faith, we can rely on the grace of God to carry us through. I have great confidence in Christianity in Europe. You have a long history. You also have a lot of, for me, the patrimony of sanctity. So many saints. Here in Spain, you have Saint Teresa of Avila, Saint John of the Cross, and all those saints who have lived before. They are not, it's still here. The spirit is around in Europe. And when Syrian refugees find life impossible in Syria, why did they not go to Saudi Arabia for refuge? Why did they not go down to the Gulf states for refuge? Why are they all running to Europe? Of course, they are not running to Europe because they like Christianity, but they like Europe. But why do they like Europe? Because they say Europe life is better, there's freedom. But the good life of Europe, the freedom of Europe, is not unconnected. In other words, it's a result of 2,000 years of Christianity, even though the Europeans don't want to remember it now. You should receive them, but you should give them not only food and shelter, you should also present the faith to them. I've told my brother bishops in Europe, you don't only give food, give them also the light of the faith. Don't force them. We don't force them. And we do not say we will not feed you unless you say you are a Christian. No. But we will let you know. Let them know. Because this may be God doing his own thing. This is a sign of the times. Why, like the same question as, why don't they go for refuge in the heart of Islam? Why are they going into Christianity? And when they reach there, if nobody invites them, they will not come on their own to become Christians. But when you invite them, some of them will listen. Some of them will listen and be attracted to become Christians. And we should not be ashamed to attract people to Christianity. But what I see around is that people are ashamed. They don't want to talk about Christianity, about religion. In the world of today, even at the level of the United Nations, everybody is saying that religion is very important now. But then, what's religion? Not just religion anyhow. The Muslims are taking their religion seriously. Are the Christians doing the same? No, I have nothing more to say but to thank you for this interview, and I hope you will come to Abuja sometimes and see for yourself. See how people love their faith, how they flock to the church on Sunday, how our liturgy is very lively, how we sing and dance and praise the Lord. Even though there is poverty, a lot of frustration on the part of the younger generation, unemployment, no job, and so on. It's very interesting that the two can go together. Thank you.